Greetings. It is an evening. We're at the tavern. Let's talk. Sit down. Grab your favorite beverage. Maybe your favorite beverage is an ale. Maybe it's a coffee. Maybe it's a tea. Maybe it's a coffee because after all, we're boycotting tea. The thought of the day. How do we make our decisions, my own decision, because I don't make decisions for other people and no one makes them for me. How do I make my decisions to have the best impact even if they won't feel it? Give you an example. A few years ago, probably 5 years ago now, Gillette made Gillette, the company that's shaving, the best of man can be was their catchphrase, made these commercials that they spent millions of dollars making. They spent millions more dollars running at the Super Bowl, the most expensive 30 seconds to a minute that you can have on TV. And those commercials were toxic masculinity. And what did they highlight? Any man, anywhere, anytime. Men are toxic. That was the message. I, along with many other men, said no and stopped buying Gillette products. I haven't bought a Gillette product since. I actively look, and I not only look at Gillette, which I wouldn't consider at all, but I look for Proctor Gamble, the parent company. I don't buy them. If I have an alternative, I don't buy it. Just in the last week or two, Budweiser has put out commercials or things with a trans, whatever you call them. I don't want to call them anything because in a few years that will be a bad term to use and I'll end up being punished for it. But they're putting a man as their female face and spokesperson. So, when we consider where our limited money is going to go, do we consider whether or not we give our money to companies that hate and despise us and what we believe in? Or do we say no to Budweiser, no to the parent company, Anheuser Busch, no to Gillette, no to the parent company, Proctor Gamble? It's a hard time. It's a hard choice. We don't have it easy. You can't just go to the alternative. You have to look at who owns the alternative. If you're going to boycott, you have to dress in homespun. If you don't know what that means, go back to before the American Revolution and the people who were protesting the taxation without representation. In order to boycott effectively British goods, they had to wear homespun. It cost them. I'm not advocating for it to cost us. We already have to pay enough. At the same time, the challenge to me, the challenge to you, the challenge to anyone is, are you willing to pay more or do without or some sort of combination of all of that in order not to support the woke, the Marxists, those who would destroy you and your way of life? Are you willing to do that? I'm willing to do it. I won't be successful all the time. We're not perfect. There's no way. Sometimes we don't have alternatives. But since that, which was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I have not bought another Gillette product. I have actively looked at the store to see whether this product is by Proctor Gamble. Now, they have no idea that I'm doing that because I have no impact on them. But if you get enough of us, well, I don't care if it impacts them. I care that I'm putting my money toward local sources, toward companies that do not preach at me, do not tell me I'm wrong or bad. This is the same vein as Black Americans for all those years and years and years and years and years and decades looking at who is selling this, and do I want to give my limited money to people who despise me? So many Black people paid the price. So many Americans have paid the price. I've paid the price. I'm going to continue to pay the price. I will not give my money willingly and intentionally to people who despise me. Join me. Join me. Join me. We're over here. There are alternatives. These poor schmucks who like beer and drink Bud Light, oh my gosh. Apparently, what little I know is that you're drinking piss water. Why not go to a local beer maker who's going to directly benefit from your purchase of their beer, who also will not have the money to waste supporting the wokeites? Oh my gosh, leave all that alone. Come over here, have a beer. And if you find that the company doesn't want your money because you actually are critical, because you use your own mind, because you're not woke, well, then don't give them your money. Don't give them your money. Don't give them your money. There was a sign that said, we don't want your money. We don't want you to come in here if you're this or this or this. And I thought, well, okay, no problem. I won't come in here. You played yourself. Hope you make a profit playing yourself. But I don't actually care about that. I care about me, I care about us, and I care about the future of this country. We need to actively consider where our money's going when we can control our spending. The boycott has begun. Are you part of it? The homespun wearing time is now. Are you part of it? Can you join us? In what ways can you join us? Son of Liberty 2020, amliberty 2020 at gmail.com, thelibertyhub.com. The times are dark. Candles, we can only light them occasionally. But I will stand free and I will die on my feet before I take a knee to the wokeites and the Marxists. See you next time.